July 8th, 85 degrees, and we're out here after supper today, getting a walk in, trying to miss the heat of the day for our walk, so it's actually not too bad out here. It's a little bit muggy. We had a storm blow through real quick last night and gave us actually almost 3/4 of an inch of rain. It's kind of muggy out here, and I noticed the mosquitoes are bad, so we'll see how relaxing this walk is, if we're gonna get eaten up or if we're able to take it a little bit slower. I really do love walking this time of day with the lower light where the sun is shining through at an angle. It just makes a really pretty view out here in the woods. Right here at the edge of the woods, but back in there a little bit, let's zoom in. That purple flower right there, that tall purple flower is a tall bellflower, which is really pretty, have that color, and that's actually quite a tall plant. I've seen that flower before, and it's usually like maybe 2/3 that tall, but that one looks really happy right there, growing back there in the brush. I would walk back in there, but I don't think I want to deal with the possibility of getting ticks, because I've been walking out here and have had ticks crawling on me, so they seem to be pretty active the last couple of days. I thought about going back in there to take pictures for you guys, but seeing as it's some tall brush, I just decided we're not going to try to push through the brush just to get a picture of that flower, but hopefully you can see it all right in the video. Here we are at the blackberries. Looks like they're slowing down a little bit here. There's a few more berries on here. I'll take that, thank you. That one looks half eaten already. We'll leave that one. So there's that patch there, and there's a few here. Let's see, a couple more here. Get a nice little handful. There's one hiding back in here. Those beautiful berries, so yummy and fresh. He was super happy to be out here, and he's been running all over the place. All right, guys, here is a new wildflower. See if we can get this to focus up a little closer. This is a sweet Joe Pye weed, and you can kind of see the flowers are not open yet, so we're gonna keep walking by this way, and hopefully we can catch it when they start to open. But this plant, you can see, let's back out a little bit. I don't know, it's gonna be hard to tell the height, but if we hold it up like this, you can see it is quite tall. It's taller than me, actually, if we stand it up straight. The other day when I walked out here, it was kind of propped up in this tree like this, actually. I think the wind blew it down, so I'm gonna put it back up here so it doesn't get knocked, because it's kind of leaning over into the path. But we're gonna keep an eye on these flowers. Hopefully we can catch them when they're in full bloom. And that's a sweet Joe Pye weed. And right next to the Joe Pye weed, guys, is a stand of, this is common jewelweed, and I have never put this to the test, but they say that the saps from the common jewelweed can alleviate, it's either stinging nettle or poison ivy, and I can't remember which one it is right now, guys, so you'll have to go look that up for yourself. Double check me on that, because I can't remember right now if it's poison ivy or stinging nettle, but the sap from this plant is supposed to help with one of those other two poisonous plants. Now, one of the cool things about this plant is that, I don't know if you will focus, these little seed pods, when the seeds inside are ripe, they turn black. The seed pod is kind of translucent. When they are ripe, they will explode. The seed pod itself kind of peels back like a banana, and it bursts out and sends the seeds flying. I think it's like up to a yard or 3 meters or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but it looks like these are kind of past already. It looks like most of the seed pods are not on here. This one still has some flowers on it. So let's try to get up close so you guys can see what the flowers look like. So they're kind of a little trumpet-shaped orange flowers with spots on them. And then I don't see any ripe seed pods. Otherwise, I would show you how they explode. And guys, we're finding all the things in this area here. Look at this bunch of blackberries. I don't know if they're all gonna get ripe because it's so shady in this spot, but look how many is on there. I just pulled these two off. They look really nice. Like, that's pretty decent size. But if you can see, they don't really get a whole lot of sun. It's pretty dark in this area, really. So I'm surprised that there are so many berries here. There's some back in there too. So we'll see if they ripen or not. I'm not sure. It's interesting. Blackberries seem to be doing really well this year, so that's really fun because the last couple of years they haven't been doing quite as well. Found another jewelry here that is right next to the path, so we don't have to reach far over into the brush to get it. Alright guys, so we had to keep walking because I was starting to get eaten alive by mosquitoes. But there's one more thing that I know for sure that I want to show you. We got to walk up a little ways here and then I'll show you something else pretty cool. Alright guys, so if you've been watching my videos for a while, you may remember these trees, which are called pawpaw trees. The big, long, kind of oval-shaped leaves. And I've noticed over here yesterday that this one has some fruit on it, so we'll zoom in. There is the pawpaw fruit, and it's a little small, just under probably a walnut size, but I have seen them grow longer in kind of like a plantain shape, where they're like 3 or 4 inches long. And usually I think the animals eat them. The squirrels carry them away, the deer eat them, and we don't really get to eat them. But pawpaw fruit is edible for humans, and it's been years since I've eaten any because in our woods here, as you can tell, I pointed out earlier, it's pretty shady. We have tall trees up top, and then lots of the smaller undergrowth just doesn't get enough light to really produce a lot of big fruit. And also there's so many animals that they tend to eat it before we can find it because, you know, we have to walk out here. We're basically competing with the animals for any fruit or goodies that we find out here. That said, if I remember correctly, the pawpaw fruit is similar, I would say like a cross maybe between a plantain or a banana. It's not really that sweet, but it is kind of a custardy texture. It has big seeds in it, and it is a little bit astringent, but it's been years since I've tried a pawpaw, and sorry, there's a mosquito flying right in the lens. Like I said, it's been years since I've tried a pawpaw, but that is what I remember a pawpaw tasting like. Comment below if you guys have pawpaw trees in your area, and if you eat the fruit, and what does it taste like? You gonna swim? He was just rolling in the grass. Well, I don't know if he's gonna go swimming or not. What do you think? Is it hot enough for a swim? Sometimes he jumps right in, and sometimes he kind of decides if he wants to or not. I'm surprised he hasn't just run in because it's not super hot out here, but it also, like, I'm sweating, so it's not like particularly nice and cool either. You gonna swim? What do you think? Is today a swimming day or not? We've got stick tights down your front. Maybe yesterday or the day before we were out here, I was sitting on this log here, and he was climbing all around, digging around in these logs, and there was a mouse, but it ran up the tree. Oh, there he goes. You decided it was good for a swim after all? There's lots of birds singing out here. The crickets are going. I haven't heard any cicadas today, but they have started singing on and off. There he is. Does that feel better? Well guys, we're gonna wrap up the video here. We're gonna head on back into the house and wind down for the evening. But I hope you enjoyed the vlog today, guys, because we got to see a few new things. Maybe it was new to you, maybe not, but I hope you enjoyed seeing the flowers out here and the different plants that we've got in this area. It's always super fun to discover and see new plants or see plants that you've seen before, but knowing when you see that plant this time of year, it's always a reminder of the way the seasons go and the fruit that is born in different times of the year. I hope you guys have been having a great day. I hope you make a great day, and I'll see you next time.